Lesson 2.5a, Ordered Pairs and Graphing. We're going to start with several vocabulary terms. Ordered pair, a pair of numbers used to locate a point on a coordinate plane, written as x, y in a parenthesis. Coordinate plane, a plane formed by the intersection of two number lines called the x-axis and y-axis. X-axis is the horizontal axis. It runs left to right. The y-axis is the vertical axis. It runs up and down. A quadrant is one of four sections of a coordinate plane separated by the x and y axes. The x-coordinate is the first number in an ordered pair. It tells the distance to move right or left from the origin. The y-coordinate is the second number in an ordered pair. It tells the distance to move up or down, and this is after you have used the x-coordinate. The origin is the point where the x-axis and y-axis intersect. It is the point 0, 0. In example 1, we're going to determine whether each ordered pair is a solution of the equation y equal 4x minus 1. So to do this, we're simply going to plug those coordinates in for x and y. So in our first example, part A, we just plug in 3 for x and 11 for y, and now we're just going to simplify and find out if this is equal. 11 is already by itself on the left side. On the right side, 4 times 3 minus 1 is 11. This is a true statement, so yes, this is a solution. For problem B, we simply plug in 10 for x and 3 for y, and then we simplify to see if the left and right sides of the equation are equal. On the left side, we have 3, and on the right side, 4 times 10 minus 1 is 39. These are not equal, so no, this ordered pair is not a solution to this equation. For example 2, problem A, we're going to use the given values to make a table of solutions. We have this equation, y equal x plus 3, and we're just going to plug in these values for x and find out what y is, and then we'll write ordered pairs. So we're plugging into x plus 3. The first one is a value of 1 for x, so we're going to plug in 1 plus 3. That is 4. So our ordered pair, x is 1, y is 4. For our next one, we have the next coordinate of 2. So we plug in 2 for x, so 2 plus 3 is 5, and we get the ordered pair when x is 2, y is 5. For the next one, we have 3. So we're going to plug in 3 for x, 3 plus 3 is 6, so we get the ordered pair when x is 3, y is 6. Our last one, we have x is 4, so we're going to plug in 4. 4 plus 3 is 7, so when x is 4, y is 7. So we've got a list of ordered pairs now, and we can actually graph those ordered pairs and draw a line for this equation. Problem B is like problem A. It's just got our table going a different direction. So we're going to plug in to find n. N is equal to 6m minus 5, and we've got some values for m to plug in. So first of all, we're going to plug in 1. So 6 times 1 minus 5 is 1, because 6 times 1 is 6 minus 5 is 1. And so for m, we have 1. For n, we have 1. For 2, we're going to plug in 2 for m. 6 times 2 is 12, minus 5 is 7. So we've got the ordered pair when m is 2, n is 7. And then we have an m value of 3. So we're going to plug that in, and we get 6 times 3 is 18, minus 5 is 13. So we get when m is 3, n is 13. Example 3, we're going to give the coordinates and quadrant of each point. So the first one says point R, which is here, is the ordered pair Well, that's where the x value is 1 and the y value is 3. So it's the ordered pair 1, 3, because it's always the x and the y coordinate. It's found in quadrant 1, which, by the way, I can find that by making a big C. I have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Okay, so this is found by going at the origin. We went 1 unit right and 3 units up. Point S is found here. That is the point 0, -3. It's found by going nowhere left or right and going down 3 units. This is not in a quadrant. This is on the y-axis. Then our last point, point T, is found right here where x is -2 and y is +2. It's found in quadrant 2. We usually use Roman numerals, but we could use just the number 2 that you're familiar with. It is found from the origin going 2 units left and then 2 units up. Example 4, graph each point on the coordinate plane. We're going to start with point A, which is 3, 4. So we start at the origin. We go right 3, up 4, plot our point. It's a little hard to tell on this grid. We're going to do our best here, and that's point A. And then we have point B, which is 4, 0. So from the origin, we're going to go right 4, and it doesn't go up or down because the y-coordinate is 0, so it's here on the x-axis. And we're going to label it point B. Our next point is -4, +4. So from the origin, we're going to go left 4, then up 4, plot our point, and label it point C. Now our last point, D, is -1, -3. So from the origin, we're going to go left 1, down 3, and plot our point and label it point D. And we're finished.